funeral is at 6:40.
All right, 7 o'clock, go ahead and call the meeting to order. All members of the council are present. Ms. Bowman had surgery, so she's out tonight, and Ms. Kelly Lawrence has graciously stepped in her role. Thank you. Have a quick word of prayer. Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for the many blessings you bestowed upon us in our town. We just ask that you be with us tonight, that we would make decisions that are pleasing to you and decisions that will help our town grow. In your great and heavenly name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, said all members are present. Approval of the minutes from the meeting in January.
Move that we approve the January minutes.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the meeting in January. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unopposed and approved. Approval of financial statements for January.
Make a motion to approve the financial statements for the month of January.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the financial statement for January. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unopposed. Right, stand approved. Reports of city departments, fire department.
So far this year, we've had 152 calls. We've training, we've got CPR that rescheduled we had to do this Thursday. We had 3 of us that went on a mass casualty incident today. It was like planning for mass casualties, you know, like all the planning that goes into that. So we spent a whole day in class on that. And then Vilonia Fire assisted Conway with the Liberty funeral, one of their firefighters passed away this afternoon. And then for the permits, we hadn't had any new ones, but for January or February, other than some addition add-ons, you know, but no building permit, sign stuff like that. That's all I got for that. And then, as you know, in your council package, I'll have the
There's no later on in the agenda.
that's later. That's it.
While we're on the fire department, we have the generator at the station here, which was put in when the station was new, so it's 30-year-old. We're having some issues. I'm going to explore the options of fixing that before storm season's upon us. I don't really have a solid estimate. I'm going to estimate between 15 to 20, maybe 25,000 tops, and I want to make you aware of that we are working on it. All right, Planning Commission, they do not have any meetings because of no business right now. Trey Foster, our city engineer, has been some odd end work with the 2 subdivisions that are ongoing. Not noticing any problems right now. We have made the developers aware that we do want dry retention funds, and make sure they're following that. And so far, so good on that. All right, police department.
Not a whole lot. We had that vehicle that got wrecked a couple months ago. I got to pick it up today. So as of right now, all of our vehicles are functional. And I'm gonna get Sean. He's our last hire. We hired him. He's been here this is the second week. Just wanted to introduce him to you guys. Let y'all look at him and get your opinions. Yeah, he's doing good. He's certified, so we're hoping to get him out in a couple of weeks. So
Who's his FTO?
this week is Daniel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, then we'll be full up for real for a little while. That's all I have. Some questions for me.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Sewer department.
All I can say is no news is good news.
Correct.
I haven't heard of anything bad going on, so.
No, they've, of course, 4 inches of rain, which fascinated me, that it basically fell in about 3 hours. And that, had a few high water alarms, but nothing, everything was changed. I think that they're doing good work.
Good bunch of people.
They are. Street department, nothing really major. We did get the trailer in that, it was approved last month. It has made a big difference. The guys don't have to manually lift the ramps. They're getting a little older and it's not near as hard on the truck.
Don't live down here, you say?
Yeah, that's not near as hard on our truck when they load it. We've just got that little single axle truck, so appreciate the council.
Weren't you buying a tractor also?
We did get it in. It is outfitted and has already been used. I don't know how many hours Chase has put on it, but he'll have a report here in a little bit. But it is in and everything's been going really good.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
I brought this up 3 or 4 years ago about a snowplow. I think it's worth looking for. I know you wouldn't use it, but maybe
You're
3 days a
looking,
year.
you would only be able to use it on a track, dump truck, which is
No, that's
about.
not true.
We couldn't put one like that.
Not with it, no. I don't think that you'll ever use it. What we had this time around was highly unusual. It was ice and then snow. We tried some, we did get out with the county some, but the county was even having trouble. It just was hard to get off. But no, I just be blunt, we just don't have the revenue for that kind of operation, even if we had none.
I do know you can buy them. I don't know how many 3/4 ton pickups they got, but you can get them that will fit on the front of the 3/4 ton pickup.
It wouldn't.
And it's not as heavy duty as what you're talking about.
Well, this was an unusual event. I've been outdoors my whole life, and it's the only third time. I think it gives the county and the state grief. And if it's wet snow, you can get by with some stuff. But this was just a gridlock ice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, no, I mean I'll look, but I think we're looking at probably 40 to 50,000.
I'll bring it up again.
Yeah, well, I understand. Yeah, but it was, that was a unique event. And I tell you, the other thing that concerns me being an over-road guy is the state, the county, and even us. It's gonna come back, we're gonna have some maintenance issues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a All right, park and rec.
Late registration closes this Friday, but as of right now, we are sitting at 187 baseball players, 133 softball players, and 49 basketball players, which is 75 more than we had last year. Fields 2 and Field 4 are done. Field 4 was like a team effort. We had the street department. All 3 guys over there, they operated the piece of equipment, and we were able to get that done. All the material out of the parking lot before this last rain came in over the weekend. Besides that, no news right now. So possibly try to get 4 more loads in for the season, but just kind of depends on how that goes.
I'm sorry, I missed what field you said we're done.
Field 2 at baseball and Field 4 at softball.
So there's no more rocks on Field 4?
The reason there was rocks was because the way they were built, the top layer was just a little bit of safe coat, and underneath they used road clay and shale.
Correct.
So, not saying there's not gonna be rocks, but anytime there are rocks, I'm gonna go out there with a 5-gallon bucket and pick it up.
Okay.
All the rocks that are right now are compacted into that clay. So unless I put a nail drag on it, you shouldn't be seeing rocks. But anytime there's a nail drag on, we're gonna pull up a little bit of that shale.
Well, I saw the picture you showed, and it's definitely improving on the way the fields look, so
Yes, sir, thank
great
you.
job.
I will say, I have to brag on him. Stopped by the ball fields on a Saturday. He was out there rolling them and getting them ready for ball season. So, appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you.
I want to brag on your hard work and also the street department and the collaboration and it's going to take a while. Y'all are in the right direction, and you had a lot of maintenance upkeep that you need to catch up on, but I appreciate your hard work. He works Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, sir.
So, and the new tractor that's in there has been an ideal size that's good over here.
Yes, sir.
With the tiller, and they have made good use of it.
Yes, sir. We've already put 20 hours on it, so I mean, it's working great.
I understand you epoxy the floor too, is that right?
Yes, sir. We did do epoxy the floors in the softball bathroom, and then, kind of waiting on some rainy days, so that way we can get it epoxy over at the baseball complex. We also need to paint the walls of the bathroom at the baseball complex before we do that.
I got lost when I come to visit you, I saw that.
Yes, sir.
It
we
was
cleaned
very
that up.
clean, thank you. Anything else for the park there? Chase, thank you.
Thank you all.
No public comment. I guess this would be as good time as any for announcements. We kind of, today, we lost a very valuable member of our community, Mr. Ronnie Joe Fox, has passed away. Jay did a proclamation today, and I'm going to read it. Proclamation. Where it is with sadness that I formally announce the passing of Ronnie Joe Fox on Monday, February 16, 2026. And whereas Mr. Ronnie Joe was a founding member of the Vilonia Volunteer Fire Department, and whereas Mr. Ronnie Joe had served on multiple boards and committees, including over 30 years on the Vilonia Waterworks Board, actually 34, I found out later. Whereas Mr. Ronnie Joe was a well-known contractor and builder who was involved in innumerable infrastructure projects throughout Faulkner County, including projects in Vilonia, such as the Vilonia Fire Department Station and multiple street projects. And he was a big help in 95 and 96 when he was always there to help. And multiple street projects. And whereas Mr. Ronnie Joe was incredibly philanthropic and community-minded, and whereas it is fitting and proper we pause to pay tribute to the man who gave of himself to serve his community. May we honor his memory with admiration and respect. Now, therefore, I, Preston Scroggan, Mayor of the City of Vilonia, by the authority vested in me, pay tribute to memory of Mr. Ronnie Joe Fox, and as an expression of public sorrow, do hereby proclaim a time of mourning and a time of celebration throughout the city in recognition of the loss of and the life of Ronnie Joe Fox. I further declare Wednesday, February 18, 2026 to be a day of remembrance in Vilonia, and I encourage all residents to pay homage to the memory of this great man. And as my signature, Kelly's and seal on it. We'll see that this gets, I'll have Sherry, we'll see that it gets. Ronnie Joe was a dear friend of me. He was a dear friend of this town. He worked on multiple projects. You could call him and ask him any time. And there's no telling the houses that he has plumbed and built in the subdivisions around here. And he was always there to help. When we needed help building the fire station many moons ago, he was there to help. And we failed to mention in that, and that's my fault, he was also in law enforcement and had held numerous roles across the county, constables, town marshals, back when they had that title. And he will be missed. And his work on the water board was very significant. Without him and others on the board, we wouldn't have had the Vilonia White Water Project, and we wouldn't be having all these houses coming in. You don't have people if you don't have water. But I just ask that you remember the family. I know the obituary and the different arrangements that just came out this evening. And I think it's at Roller McNutt, it's handling the service. So you could go to their website to see. I think visitation's Thursday. I remember, I read it real quick. But remember him and his family. We'll see if this gets here. We've had to do too many of these lately. We've lost several of our pillars of the community.
Ronnie Joe was a good man, a good friend, and always there to do what he could to help out. And I know I thought a lot of it.
I did too. I'd have to chase him down the pain. I'll get to you. Yeah. DCDC,
The only thing we've got on ours right now is we're renewing memberships, and we are starting to do our prep and work for the Eagle Fest for this year in May. So we'll have more details come out soon.
alright. Chamber of Commerce,
Well, our annual banquet is coming up this Saturday, February 21st at 6 o'clock at Eagles Nook. Our speaker is Jason Curry, author of Finish Empty, and recently nominated as for Person of the Year and Life Coach of the Year by AY Magazine, and that will be our speaker. We'll be honoring the following persons at our banquet: Citizen of the Year, Carolyn Dent; Family, Charlotte and Howard Williams; School Employee, Juliana Yetman; Youth of the Year, Tyler Rathole; Business is H&H Accounting Services; Nonprofit, Harbor Home; City Employee, Kelly Lawrence; Volunteer, Jill Bonema; Chamber Spotlight, Think Coffee. We had over 200 nominations this year, so we were really excited about that, and these were all deserving people. Our monthly luncheon will be Thursday, February 19th at Simple Simons, and our speaker is Cameron Barnes from Arkansas Weather Watchers. I know a lot of y'all are fans of those on Facebook, so y'all might be interested in coming to that. It'll be at 11:30. Everyone's welcome, and we still have a limited number of tickets available for our banquet Saturday night if anybody wants one. You can see me.
thank you.
Any questions?
Old business, ordinance 2025 PDO 04 care facilities.
I'll make a motion to move by title only.
Second.
A motion second to read by title only. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Read by title only.
An ordinance defining and regulating care facilities in the city of Vilonia, permitting such facilities with a conditional use permit, declaring an emergency and other purposes.
For the reading of the title only, you know, this is, been a lot of discussion. I will tell you, one of the ladies that has two of the facilities has done reached out to us and has been cooperating. And she called the other day when I happened to be in the office with Jimmy, and so it seems like everybody's on board on my end. That's all I'm saying.
I have not received a phone call about it since we read it a month ago. I don't know if anybody else has.
I received one, I've received a couple phone calls, but I think it was mutual, it wasn't anything too bad.
How about at the dinner table?
Huh?
How about at your dinner table?
You know, we ain't talking
Please,
about
I really do want to know what she thinks.
she's for the ordinance. I mean, ask her. I don't want to speak for her. She's for the ordinance. She was just wanting a little more meat to it, I think.
Yeah, Joe, when I talked to her heavily on it, she did tell me the same thing. She was for it. She wishes, like Mike's saying, wishes there was more penalties and more permanent cut and dry, but we can always come back and edit it if we need to later.
She likes it better than the first time we read it, I think, but she thinks something needs to be in place, you know.
All right.
Steve, you say, I know you authored this, but.
I'll say you're thinking, I can see it in your eyes.
No, do you see this as causing a lot of work, a lot of problems for City Hall to, as far as the regulation and trying to keep up with all this?
I don't think so. I mean, he's already, I mean, our code enforcement and planning, you know, with Jimmy doing all the inspections, that just adds another business to the inspection for the fire department to do, basically, which they have to do all the businesses anyway, so it helps them on knowing what businesses are in town. It helps on making sure that the businesses are paying their privilege tax or, you know, business license. So I think it helps, actually, personally.
I know Jimmy said, you know, he'd gone to some of the places that were already active and they didn't really cooperate with you. So
But they are now. That's what
are they?
They are now, yes.
Yes, that's
So
what
they've kind of been brought out.
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that it's gonna require them to come before the planning commission. So that way, there's some steps in that process to make sure that our, the elderly are being cared for. I think that's the biggest thing that I think is.
I agree.
We do that for businesses. I mean, we just passed not long ago to do that for storage buildings, for commercial storages. And to me, this is more serious than that.
All right, let's see.
I have one more question. Like if they make a application, or come before the planning commission to get a permission, are the neighbors where it's going to affect, are they going to be notified and have
Yes.
like a public hearing on it? Or?
They should get letters mailed out within 500 feet on any conditional use permit. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
Ms. Kelly, but everybody within 500 feet of that property line has to get a certified letter. They come into Kelly's office and fills out the paperwork for it and everything. They have to show her proof. They send them out and all that gets put onto the planning commission's packet, so.
Jimmy, can I ask you about the parking? We're hearing that some of the surrounding neighbors are griping about the parking in those areas. Are you hearing that also, or is that just rumor?
I mean, I haven't personally got any calls other than, well, maybe one time on, but like I told them, I said, look, if there is bad parking, you have to call the police, right? Just like anybody else would. If they get, here's the thing, the only thing that happened over is in the creek, and they actually parked in someone else's driveway. So when they come home, there was somebody in their driveway, but they were there for the side. That's really the only complaint, I guess, as far as parking and stuff.
Thank you.
But I can see where it can be an issue, right? There's lots of people showing up to visit family. There's always a couple spots there,
All right,
But again, that's something that the planning commission can tackle in a hearing.
At least let them know, hey, can't be parking out there and blocking everything up. If you do, Brad's gonna come contribute.
all right.
So with us been discussing this now for going on, what, 6 months possibly? And this is the second reading. I will make a motion to waive the third reading.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second to waive the third reading on 2025 TDO 04. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right. We have waived the third reading. What's the pleasure of the council this time?
I'll make a motion to pass ordinance or PDO, or 2025 PDO-04.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass
Is that right? Am I on that?
ordinance 2025 TDO 04. I'll do a voice vote. Mike?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
All right, it is passed.
Also, with it having emergency clause on it, I'll make a motion to adopt the emergency clause as wrote.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt the emergency clause. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. It will go into effect, Jenny. All right, moving on, proposed ordinance 2026 0-1, adopting rules and regulations for abandoned or inoperable or unlicensed. Title on that.
I'll make a motion, we do it by title only.
Second.
A motion second to read by title only. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
An ordinance adopting regulations for abandoned, inoperable, or unlicensed vehicles, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
All right, you've heard the reading by title only.
I'd like to open up for discussion.
Uh,
Just like the last one, I don't know if any of the other councilmen, y'all had any feedback on this one at all in the last 30 minutes? Okay, I have not had anybody contact me on this one at all either, so I was just curious if.
I can add a little bit. Jimmy and I have fielded some questions together, and everybody that's
I'm not sure how to feel on it.
well, the question they had is what constitutes an abandoned vehicle, and like we told them that would be a vehicle that didn't have tires, or had sit there, had grown up, or a travel trailer that, let's say, had the tongue removed or the tires removed, and grass and debris growing up around it. Inoperable means inoperable. So, and everybody that we explained it to, is after we explained it, has been okay with it.
That's kind of been my story. I mean, I was talking to a gentleman today that was asking some questions, and, I brought out that if a vehicle was abandoned on the side of the street, that's public property. And at this point, we have no recourse really to, so this is just helping us be able to go in and make sure things are being kept clean, I guess that's the, and I think the title says it all inoperable, We're not gonna come after you if you've got a trailer sitting there that you only pull twice a year or something, as long as it's, kept in good, clean condition. I think that's the intent of the rule.
Yes. Correct.
But Mike, if you look at J under trailer, then it says regardless of whether wrecked or inoperable.
All right, let me take a look at that, thanks, James.
That was my problem there, because that doesn't sound like.
We can remove it.
I'll say, you park your camper in the front yard like I do every now and then. I don't want someone throwing my camper.
You have to.
And we wouldn't, obviously, but James brought up a good point.
So,
We may not always be around, and somebody else may take it to a further extreme.
Right, exactly. And that's my concern. Once we put this into law, then anybody can interpret it anyway. But that does say whether operable or inoperable.
So we'll just say it's inoperable.
Yeah, and also, it also looks like you can have a trailer or whatever if it's under a building. Well, I've got a camper trailer, I've got a box trailer, I've got a utility trailer, I've got a smoke room trailer. I've got, I know, but I've got a lot of stuff that's on wheels, that's towed behind the vehicle.
It says
And
inoperable though.
So what?
I know, but when you look up here at the definition, it says regardless of whether inoperable.
We can remove that line, because that's not the intent.
I mean, that's the definition of it, so it could be, I mean, it's kind of like the Bible, you can look at it any way you want to, you can twist it around.
What other,
What is the intention of J with the trailers? What is the?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. It don't, whenever you read like that,
Yeah.
it's like, let's get rid of it, because it doesn't fit what we're trying to do.
Well, we have a lot of people, it's not just the subdivisions. Subdivisions are a different animal, but we have a lot of rural property. I've got a big lot. Tony's got a lot, he's got equipment. We got a lot of people that have horse trailers, equipment trailers,
Well, just because they're stored, there's nothing to get stored. It's about broke down inoperable
Yeah.
stuff.
I think it's.
I think
All
I'm
that is
reading
just in the
that.
definitions.
Maybe I'm confused, but I'm not reading that to say that
If
if
it's
it's
operable,
operable, that it applies. I'm reading that to say if it's wrecked or inoperable.
it says
So-
regardless.
Well,
Well, it says regardless if it's wrecked
Wrecked
or
or
inoperable. So to me, that
If it's operable, that line doesn't
doesn't
apply to it, yeah.
operable.
But you see where there's room
Yeah.
to argue the fact.
Right.
so all that is, guys, you've got the law here, and then you've got the definitions. And so all that is it's giving us the definitions. Section 2 and onward is actually telling us the rules. So it's just saying that a trailer is a trailer. I mean, I'm fine with having that inoperable taken out, but it's just saying that a trailer is a trailer, whether it's operable or inoperable. But really, I agree with the councilman. There's no sense in having it in there. We understand what a trailer is.
Yeah.
It might be a lawyer question, but I think we could take that out.
so suggestion, and this is why we have discussion, is have Jimmy go, take that out. Is there any other suggestions to be taken out?
Well, and then when you get over here, like parking and storage.
Jay, I got Jay so far.
Okay. It's talking about, you can keep them where you have, as long as they're under a carport or whatever. I've got everything under carport and in a garage that I can do, but I've still got some that are not, they're kept outside.
When I read that, it was giving somebody an opportunity to fix and work on one as long as it's covered.
Okay, but there you go, that's strictly inoperable, but once again, you look up here with this.
Well, you're going back to Jay then, right?
Go back to Jay.
Okay, that's what I'll tackle with the city attorney.
Okay.
We'll respond to him and ask him
Okay,
about that.
that's what I want to make sure that you know,
Get his understanding of how that can be interpreted.
yeah, we still have a lot of rural areas in the city of Vilonia. We have people that have farms in the city of Vilonia, and rednecks like me that have too many things out in the yard. And I just want to make sure that they don't come back and say, oh, I've got a neighbor down there that watches every move I make, so that's,
Oh, I know.
have to be really careful.
I get those phone calls.
If I could point us back to Jay, I feel like if we take trailers out, it's gonna make it not apply to trailers. Because if you're listing all the other things and the conditions that go along with it, and you take trailers out completely, to me, that makes the ordinance no longer apply to a trailer because you're not giving them a
Once
definition.
again,
So
the
just want to
trailer,
take that one
a trailer
line.
is inoperable.
Yes.
So,
So we're gonna leave it that just says trailer regardless of if it's wrecked?
so it doesn't, I'm with Mr. Matos on this one. It doesn't, that's just a definition. Like, that is not part of the ordinance, that's just telling you what a trailer is, whether it's operable or not.
But you can take that definition. and go
I
back
don't think
to
it's
the class.
necessary to say whether it's wrecked or inoperable when none of the other definitions say that. Just take that line out.
Yeah.
We can take that line out, but I don't.
It doesn't matter if it's moving or if it's
It's
operable or
not
not.
to
It's still a
change the
trailer.
law.
Yes. The law is, like you said, sections 2 and 3.
I'm just not for taking it out completely. I'm okay with taking that section out, but not
Maybe
the
reword it.
entire J
Maybe
section.
reword it.
I will explain to him in the email what the opposition was to it, the concern of it was.
We'll give him a phone call, I'll say.
Okay. All right.
But I wouldn't put that in the definition.
Yeah, I got you.
I understand.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. You want to talk over them?
Yeah.
You say covered, and I noticed back here on the second floor someplace, it says something about, an opaque cover. Does that mean if I got an old car sitting out there that I don't want to work on, I can just put a tarp over it?
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay. Well, I thought it meant, but.
Yeah.
Another thing, I know the place, but I'll be honest, I have not went out and looked at it, okay? It's I guess it's a lawnmower repair or something, I don't know what it is. What about a position or a property that's got just old lawnmowers set every place?
Yeah, and I've had to deal with that. And I may know the same property you're talking about, but
I think I do too.
I think it is. And the only thing I had to go before this would have been under the junkyard ordinance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of broad and hard to narrow down on just what he's doing. But this gives me even better options on having inoperable stuff out in the yard.
Now, with that, what if he puts now again, I haven't been to the property.
Right.
I'm gonna say maybe he's got a garage or a shed sitting over here, a house over here, and here's the lawnmowers. What about if he puts a privacy fence between those two buildings, puts all those lawnmowers behind the privacy fence, is he okay?
Yeah. But that's already been covered like that, as long as it's not visible. If I can't, in other words, I don't have any legal
That's
right
what I'm looking for, yeah.
to go into it if it's not visible.
You're not gonna go in my backyard.
Right.
Please don't.
Yeah, no. I have people complaining about people's backyards, and I tell them I'll drive by and look. And I drive by, privacy fence up, I said, I can't see over there. They said, well, you just go over and look, you can see it. I can't do that. If I can't see it from the roadway, then it's not my, I don't know, I feel I would be invading their privacy, I guess you'd say, to impede them that way. But if I can see it from the road, and it's clear, you publicly can see, be seen, then I can deal with it.
The only way you can go in backyards and stuff like that, if it's a severe health hazard, whether it's a rat infestation or, yeah, then you have to.
They try that, and they say that, but I don't see no rats, so I don't know. Maybe
That's a borderline Fourth Amendment violation.
Yeah,
Going in a fenced in backyard.
You have to get the police.
The last thing I got, this talks about vehicles, okay?
Okay.
What about people, I'm gonna say myself, beside my house, I've got stuff there, I mean, it is just stuff. I keep it neat. He's gonna drive by the car and I'll get it. But if they've got stuff, it's the same thing, if it's what I want to say, unsightly.
Yeah, I do that anyway. If somebody calls me and I go over and it looks bad,
Uh-huh.
then I just go tell them, hey, can you please clean
Once
that up?
again, throw it behind my fence, right?
Yeah, or throw it behind my fence where I can't see it no more, yeah.
Okay, right. I think that's all I have.
All right. Any further advice for Jimmy? If he works to get a final satisfactory draft? Is that it? All right, we'll revisit this at the next meeting.
Thank you, Chief.
Vote.
Was that the second reading? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
New business, 2024 additions and deletions list to be approved. You do have it's just those three items, all right? Anybody have any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I move we adopt the exception deletions for 2024.
All right. I'll second. I have a motion and a second to adopt the 2024 deletions. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed?
Now that finishes up the 24 audit, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, the last thing on the agenda is the self-contained breathing apparatus building compressor for the fire department. I will tell you that the one that's in there now is a Poseidon system. Still, I can remember that. We bought that system in 96 or 97 when we moved into the new station. And it's been a good one. You can't complain about 30 years of service, but it has reached the end of its life and able to get parts and self-contained breathing apparatuses are NFPA has done a lot with them. I don't agree with all of it, what they're making these boys do with turnouts and bottles and everything. But having breathing air for these firemen is critically important. If we have a huge event, used to, before we got this, we'd have to go Conway. I can remember when we'd have extra steel bottles and we got on a big fire, somebody was running back and forth Conway way back today. Of course, 60-40 and that ain't much traffic back then. But anyway, Jimmy has come forward with a proposal. It would be a payment plan. I believe it's over 3 years. But I won't be here, caveat, and I think this city, the way we've always done things, we can pay it off quicker. We'll pay it off quicker. But I cannot enter into that agreement without y'all's approval. And you had that in your package. I'll open it up for questions for the fire chief.
Make a motion to purchase anyway.
Self-contained breathing apparatus, building station.
Scoops, that's what that is.
Uh,
Make a motion to approve the purchase of that on the 3-year time payment.
So we won't pay a payment till 2026 if we pass this?
But as soon as they finish putting it in and getting it done, then we owe them 17.7 there.
I second the motion.
And I have lost my paperwork, I try to always. So we have a motion and a second to enter into this agreement. And what is the name of the company, Jimmy, for the record?
Cats.
Okay. Can you bring me that real quick?
Yeah. There we go.
We always want to make sure everything's.
Central Alabama Training Solutions.
Total cost is 47,000, is that correct?
Huh?
Total cost is 47,000?
That's right. And of course, you can see that there's interest on that.
Yeah, interest.
If we wait to pay full 3 years, then we'll have that $6,200 in interest.
And you did say there's no penalty for early
There's no
payoff
penalty
or
for
anything?
payoff.
Okay.
There's no penalty for early payoff. We have a motion and a second on the floor to purchase this system from Central Alabama Training Solutions for $47,000. First payment will be due on installation, and then we'll have 2 payments after that. But the caveat would be that the finances are good with the fire department, that we will pay it off quicker.
So just a quick question, because I had a constituent reach out to me. Is this something that we put out for bid? Is there
Yeah,
competitive
I got
prices?
three. One was $60,000, one was $50,000, and this was the lower one. And these are the same people that's been doing business with us for the last 15, 20 years, whatever.
Well, and that matters.
It does.
And I appreciate that, and, you know, I wanted to ask that because that was asked to me at about 5 o'clock tonight,
Yeah.
and I wanted to make sure that I didn't ask that.
So it is nice of them to take that oversized compressor.
They will take that with them.
And are they crediting us for that too, or no?
That may have been why it's a little bit cheaper, I don't know. If they're credit, because it's broke, there's no, you
Just
can't get
all-
parts.
There's also some hazardous material incidents that could go on with those over systems. So I'm
Taking the old bottles off our
Or
hands.
something to dispose of it.
Yeah, they'll
It may
probably.
cost us to dispose of it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve this agreement. Allow me to enter into this agreement to purchase this SCBA air cascade cooling system.
Under the financed agreement.
Yes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, stand approved. We'll get with you on that. No, that's a critical component for the fire department. Thank y'all's interest in it. All right, do we have anything else?
Did you want to mention this letter?
Yes, I've got so much, yeah. I think you said everything. We did get a letter. Mayor Scroggin, I would like to first acknowledge the massive outpouring of support from the city of Vilonia, which culminated in a fundraiser this past summer with food games and a silent auction. It was something you would only expect from in a Disney movie set in mid-century, not something in 2025. It was amazing to hear about how your city came together to help one of their own carry an undue burden. The numbers were staggering. Roughly 2,200 people attended, 1,800 meals were served, 1,600. Thousands of dollars raised, tickets donated for a new car, from a new car dealership, and a signed guitar, not to mention local radio and TV news bringing awareness to the local market. My sister Lisa once reminded me that there's more to a home than what is inside your house. I would only add that there is more to a city than a collection of buildings. It is all, after all, the sense of community, shared history, and an active sense of compassion we share with our neighbors. To all who contributed, attended, and organized, please accept our sincere gratitude. Respectfully, Sean Adams, Uncle Tim Neil Sweeney, February 16th, 1989 to January 11th, 2026. That was when we had the fundraiser for Mr. Sweeney. He's since passed. Thank you for bringing up my I use this. All right. Have any further business?
I move the adjournment.
All right, stand adjourned. Thank y'all.